Next up, we have Brooke Wolfe from Elixir Coffee in Nashville, Tennessee. If we can have our judges please make their way to the stage, and Brooke will take it from here.
Hi, how are you? Hi. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. Hi. Hey, how are you? Hi. Hi. Awesome. You guys settled in, comfy? Awesome. Can I get my music? Time. Hi, judges. We live in a world of measurement and metrics. We're taught more is better. More customers, more sales, more money. Things that are quantifiable. These are largely defined by these numbers, forcing us to focus on how much we have and what we can do with it. So, what if we change the metrics? I'm gonna grind your coffee. Please write down the tasting experience for your espresso and milk course, and I'll be right back. The coffee that I'm sharing with you today is a naturally processed geisha from the El Abraje farm in Colombia. I had the opportunity to talk to Pablo, the owner of El Abraje, and he changed the way that I viewed what the metric for success and sustainability can look like in the coffee industry. Pablo talks about the last decade and the rise in popularity of geisha coffee and experimental processing methods, both of which are incredibly expensive to produce. But El Abraje planted their very first geisha trees almost exactly 10 years ago to both increase international visibility of the farm in order to showcase other coffee varietals they produce and to push innovation and excellence in coffee production and quality. El Abraje now has over 14,000 geisha trees in production. This number might sound like a lot, but it makes up only the... What drew me even closer to the El Abraje story is that only 25% of the land is used to grow coffee, while 60% is devoted to reforestation to become a natural forest reserve. While they could be using most of the land to grow coffee, they instead devote over half the land to make a more meaningful impact on the environment, finding a balance between economic and environmental sustainability for themselves and their community. When I serve you your espressos, please only evaluate crema and wait to drink till I instruct. My espresso recipe is 18 grams in, 45 grams out, in 23 seconds. I froze the coffee beans on dry ice, producing a more uniform grind size, allowing for a coarser grind setting, accentuating sweetness in the cup and producing a silky tactile experience. I'm also using frozen coasters to more quickly and gently cool your espresso, bringing sweetness, acidity, and bitterness into balance. In your espressos today, you're going to be tasting green grape, red raspberry, and malted chocolate, with a silky texture, a medium light weight, and a lingering finish. While I prep your milk course, please rapidly stir your espressos 10 times in a circular motion for 10 seconds. Leave your spoons on the white coasters and enjoy.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for Brooke's first espresso course.
For the milk course, I changed the extraction ratio of the espresso to 18 grams in, 35 grams out, in 19 seconds. This altered ratio produces a more concentrated shot, allowing the espresso to shine through and perfectly pair with the freeze distilled milk, where I've removed 50% of the water content. For the milk in this course, I'm using a ratio of half whole milk, half lactose-free cow's milk. Lactose-free milk tastes sweeter because it goes through a process to break down the large lactose molecules into smaller glucose and galactose sugar molecules, which our taste buds perceive more easily. In your milk, you're going to be tasting sweet mascarpone, a Werther's caramel candy, and a peaches and cream lifesaver. A milk beverage does not need to be the entry point into the specialty coffee industry, but rather could be industry leading and change seasoned coffee professionals' opinions on what a milk beverage can be. Just like Pablo planted geisha trees to more intentionally elevate coffee excellence on his farm, I'm using his natural geisha to showcase the level of excellence a milk beverage can achieve. Perhaps the metric to define success in a milk beverage isn't just about being a stable source of profit for cafes, but rather is an intentionally crafted, elevated beverage that might be polarizing for some. But maybe some polarization is exactly what we need to push us forward. Thank you.
Let's give Brooke a big round of applause for her milk beverages.
Today's coffee is a representation of when the metric for success is defined beyond that of a coffee cupping sport. It's instead a combination of coffee quality excellence, listening to community needs, and creating a sustainable farm, community, and natural world. When I first had the privilege of experiencing this coffee, the delicate florals and sweet citrus notes reminded me of a well-crafted gin cocktail, reminiscent of a gin-based aviation. So for my signature beverage, I'm highlighting these florals and complex acidities to showcase this coffee's incredible potential. One of my favorite things about this coffee is its sparkling acidity. So to emphasize this, I've been pooling 4 shots of the El Abraje espresso to serve this beverage to you slightly chilled. In doing so, I'm able to accentuate the amount of acidity you'll experience and maintain the sweetness of the espresso. To those 4 shots, I'm adding 40 grams of a coffee milk I curated by blending 50 grams of the El Abraje geisha with 200 grams of water, then straining through an AeroPress. This coffee milk adds back in some of that florality that I muted by chilling and spaces out the flavors of the beverage. Combining with this is 30 grams of botanical infusion, consisting of 2 grams of juniper berries, 0.5 grams of ginger, and 0.2 grams of rosemary leaves, steeped in 109-degree Fahrenheit water, which you saw me brew at the beginning of our time together, and is chilling with the espresso. These aromatics combine with the florality in the coffee milk and the espresso to create a new aromatic experience of gin. I'm adding 10 grams of lime oleosaccharum I created by tossing 75 grams of lime peels with 25 grams of sugar. The lime peels and the sugar are muddled together and left for 12 hours, during which the sugar extracts the oils from the lime peels and creates a sweet concentrated lime oil syrup. This accentuates that red raspberry note we got in the espresso. To balance the acid profile, I'm adding 25 grams of a rhubarb nectar. Rhubarb has a high concentration of malic acid and acts as a contrast to the citric notes in the espresso and the oleosaccharum, transforming that red raspberry note into a new note of apricot. By blending with 10 grams of an egg white to emulsify the oils in the oleosaccharum and the espresso, I'm able to transform that silkiness we tasted in the espresso into a new tactile experience of soft and pillowy. While I blend, please write down the tasting experience for your signature beverage listed on the menu cards. Judges, please wait to drink till I call time. Then, swirl for 10 seconds to fully reincorporate that foam and take a sip. You'll experience gin aromatics, a soft, pillowy texture, lavender, apricot, and a sweet lime peel. This drink is an example of how we can redefine success in a high-volume cafe, not based on money, sales, or ticket times, but instead based on the quality of guest interactions, the coffee we serve, and cultivating an environment of innovation and growth. where customers aren't looked at as dollar signs, but as opportunities to create interactions that will leave a lasting impact on both the barista and the guest. So coffees like this El Abraje Natural Geisha can be given the time, care, and intentionality it deserves. Thank you. Time.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for Brooke Wolfe from Elixir Coffee in Nashville, Tennessee. Brooke, if you would like to make your way right over here. That was a very lovely routine, very
Ew.
intentional. Would you like to give some thanks to anyone?
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, my mic. Thank you to my coach, Veronica, for supporting me and watching me go through many mental breakdowns during this process. To all of the Elixir team for being here and supporting me. Everybody who is back home in Nashville holding down the cafe. I feel very thankful for everyone that's been on my team this year.
We love to hear it, and I'm sure they're very thankful to be a part of your life as well. So let's give another big round of applause for Brooke Wolfe of Elixir Coffee in Nashville, Tennessee. And we will be right back again with a quick word from our sponsors.
It takes intention, passion, and excellence to set a hospitality experience apart from so many others. That's what we care most about doing. My name is Andrea Allen. I'm co-founder and